Welcome to 5G Gaming Go. In this video, we're going to do an introduction. I'm going to introduce how to start a game on Conflict of Nations, World War III. Before we get started, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. I will be responding to comments, questions. Please do subscribe, and if you can, the super links, that would really help out the channel. Stuff. Alright, so when you start, I have 4 games already. When you're ready to start a new game, you can either find new games on the first open slot, or you can select new games. Either way, and you'll see several new games that you can join. Each one of them have different descriptions, so you can click on the descriptions to find out what are the specialties of each, specifics of each one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find one with a low number of players. Sometimes that can take a little while, as you can see here. So sometimes you get lucky and you find one right away. So this one has 1900. I don't really like the Rising Tides map. That's just a personal preference. You can try different ones, and then I might start that one just to show you how to do it. Yeah, I'm not seeing any other low numbers. Let me try to refresh the finding games. Here's I don't really. I was hoping for a battleground or a. Let me just start this apocalypse join. And you got a one that says please play fair. You're only supposed to have one account in this. So we're trying to make it start idea fair. Alright, so let me pick a country. I'm gonna pick let's say Canada. People usually grab the United States first, so I selected Canada, and then so as you can see, all the areas in dark green are this is mine. The territories they darken as you select them. You can do different things for the specific territories. The informations have tells you what you can do with that. So for there's some territories that if you have to zoom in sometimes to see. I don't really see any resource tiles, but there's some. Okay, this one has a resource tile. Alright, so this one makes electronics. So you can select this one. Alright, and then you can see this one gives you 91 electronics per hour. Per day, I think 91 per day. So you can go into here where it says local industry, and if you see here resource production, so plus 100% more resources. So this would give you an additional 91 resource of those. And then level 2 would be 150 and so on. So I could go in here and start to get more resources of that type. Military logistics, the troops will go faster. Pontoon is your naval resources can depart from that territory. Airfield, airplanes can land and take off from that area. Hospital, your troops can be healed in this area. And then combat outpost, if you have troops in the area, there will be the troops that are garrisoned in that territory will take less damage from attackers, and the people will be happier and perform better. based on level 1, 2, or 3. So what you want to do, here's the purpose of this video. As soon as you start a game, and this applies to all the games, not just this one, but all of them, the first thing all the types, the first thing you want to do is go into your research and start the basic infantry. This only takes about a minute and a half, and the game happens to be 4 times the speed. You want to click on your first city somewhere, and then click and hold, and then drag down to the bottom. This will select all of your cities, and then go into the current construction and select Start Army Base. And then you can close this window, and this will start army bases in all of your cities. And that takes, let me open this. That usually takes about a minute and a half. But again, this is a special. They have the 4 times speed specials sometimes, and this happens to be one of those. So it's going a lot faster than it normally would. But as you can see now, when I did that, we have these cogs open up, and these cogs let you create basic infantry. And so the next thing that you want to do is highlight all of your cities again by clicking on the top city, and then click and hold and drag down to the bottom. That will select all the cities. And then the cogs and start basic infantry. And that will at least give you an extra infantry in each of your cities. And that gives you a boost. And you see here all of the army bases are completed. And you can see here on my stats, I did abandon a lot of games, so that's why my games joined is high. But you can see here I have several wins, and all of these wins came from me getting an early start, and jumping on the early production. Right, so that's something to keep in mind. If you want to, after you do the basic infantry, you'll have to ask yourself the question: is what you want to specialize in? Is if you're happy with marching your troops around, that's fine. You can just continue building infantry, but at some point you want to have more resources because you run out quickly. So these arms industries will allow you to have more resources. So this is something to keep in mind. So your resource production will be higher if you build the arms industries. Recruiting offices will give you more manpower, and it will also give you faster mobilization speed, so you can build troops faster. So that's something to keep in mind. The recruiting offices. Then something's missing here. Right. Sorry, I had them all highlighted. So if you select an individual city, I'm going to select Halifax because that has a harbor already. So if you go to just one city and open up the building options, you see here air base. This will allow you to create basic airplanes and such like that. And you can, as you upgrade it, you get more options. So if you want to specialize in an air force, you can start those. But I do recommend building a level 1 air base in every one of your city, which allows you to move your infantry around by flying them from city to city. So that is definitely an advantage. Another option is the naval bases, and that will let you create a navy. And if you have a ship at sea that's attacking the city, and the city only has basic infantry, then you have the advantage over that city that you can attack that city and kill most of or destroy most of the infrastructure and troops that are in that city. And if none of them can fight back, then you have the advantage. So that's an advantage of doing the naval offices. So I covered army bases. That's for infantry. Air bases is your air force. Naval. So armies, your infantry. Air base is your air force. Naval base is your navy. Right, and then recording offices gives you more manpower. Yeah, it's like they say manpower should be people power. So it might be something if somebody knows somebody at the game. You might want to correct that people power or human resources. That's I'm not going to get into a gender bias here, but I'm not the creator of this game. I'm just alright. So then, secret weapons lab. If you want to eventually build chemical warfare and nuclear weapons, you want to get this secret weapons lab built up. So that's for that. Then the military hospital allows you to heal any troops that are stationed in that city, and the underground bunkers gives you additional defense if your city is being attacked. So I usually like to build at least level 1 of everything, and then build up from there. What I want to specialize in. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to put in my arms industry so I can get more resources quickly, because the resources tend to run out quite quickly. Speaking of resources running out quickly, here's a market in this pull-down menu, and then you can buy resources. Keeping in mind, like this one's 15 supplies for $75, but it starts to get expensive quickly. That's 782 supplies for $4,800, and you can run out of cash quick, which can create problems because all of the items require dollars to make. So don't earn yourself out of money too early in the game. It's better to create your arms industries early so that you can have more resources. If you're going to specialize in Air Force or or Marines, you need to go to these are helicopters, right? So you have to keep in mind. So this requires air base, arms industry, and this research. Right, so you can click on the individual things in the research to find out which buildings they need. Right, so these are fighters. The fighter needs air base, arms, and this research. If you want to go to your naval, all right, this naval needs naval base 2, arms industry 1, and this research. If you want submarines, you can click on this, the research, and open up the item. You need a naval base 3, arms industry 1, and this research. And then here's the missiles. I mentioned the nuclear weapons before. Same thing here, secret weapons lab 4, arms industry 1, and this research. And of course, with that, you'll need the missiles also. So this one usually the ICBMs. I've seen ballistic missiles fire them also. Keep in mind the ICBMs are the ones that are usually made for the nuclear. And then these are officers that you can make. Again, Army recruiting and research. So these are, you can have Blackhawks, Raiders, different. So you can search through your research to find out what you want to specialize in, and then you can click on the item here to find out which buildings that it needs. But keep in mind, it says this one is conquer territory. It's allowed. But if you go over to, let's say, the combat recon vehicles, and you open that up, this one cannot conquer. So if you're trying to conquer the territory or city, that one cannot conquer. It can just destroy the infrastructure or the troops, but it can't actually conquer the city. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. This can be airlifted. So if you have airports or air bases or airstrips in your territories or cities, they can fly from place to place. Sorry, so that's a basic nutshell on how to get things started. Remember, start your basic infantry research. Start your army bases in each one. As soon as that takes only about a minute and a half or 2 minutes to do that, and then start one round of motorized infantry, and then start whatever you want to do with that. Again, I recommend that you get your army arms industry and your recruiting offices very early on, so that you can have speed up your resources and your again, here's the word manpower. It should be human resources, but just what it is. And then that will help you get a head start on having more troops, because at any moment, here's my neighbor here. They for some reason have Quebec as a different province. So if I were to take my troops here and I were to move them into so I can move them into this territory here, it'll warn me. Sorry. It'll warn me I'm attacking Quebec, yes. And then I can click on this one again until it gives me the resource. This bar, I can waypoint and continue on to Quebec, and then I can wait. It says when I pointed it, it says 12:27, and it is 3:23 now, so about 9 hours. So I can then close this game and come back in 9 hours and see how it did. I do not have to sit here for 9 hours and watch it. It'll happen on its own. So that research is done. I'm going to start the next research here. This particular game allows the specifics of this game allows you to start our research immediately. Most of the other types of games you have to wait 4 days till day 4 to start it. So you have to read the descriptions on each game to find out what each one does. Another thing you see in the news, there's a lot of things here. Tells you what everything's going on. This one is actually someone's wishing good luck. A lot of times there's banter in here. It's like people making language at each other. I'm not going to go into details in this video, but I'm sure you know how these. You'll see how these things go if you do more of these games that feel like to talk strong, like that. And you'll see all of these people join the game. You'll see people inviting to each other's groups. You'll see who attacked who, and so on and so. And then you can go into where it says diplomacy. You can see all of the other people that are playing, and you have an option to see what your relationship is with them. And you can message the individual people. So I can go into here, like I'm Canada and this is the United States, and suppose that I don't want to go to war with the United States. I can make where it says new trade and ask for open borders right away, like that, and send that. And then it's up to them whether they want to accept that or not. I can then I can go and view the whole list of everybody who's in the game, who's computer and who's player, and it'll let me message the human players. Right, and then so the messages are my messages and so on. These here are the coalition list. I can create a coalition, and then I can see who's in coalitions already. And then the coalitions are beneficial. You can see everything that's going on in the countries and help each other with the war games. So you can help each other with the war and so on. So alright, so I'm gonna wrap up this video now. Since I'm for this to be 5-minute video and enough being 20 minutes. For whatever it's worth, I hope it helps. Everybody finds some benefit in this. As a please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave comments if you have questions. If you need to know how to do something, I will make future videos on it. You need to post comments so that I know what to do. As a final note, if you mess something up and you don't like what you did, if you click on this one here, the game info back in your My Games, and you have the option to archive it, so you can free up a slot and then start another game. So I'll leave that with you as a parting thought. So, alright, take care everybody, have a nice day, see you in the next video.